Undoubtedly, there are several ways to experience your oneness with that cosmic energy to whom we call God. And especially I myself, in the heart of my hearts, I adore and admire and worship Reverend Shirdi Sai Baba. And as he has mentioned, in order to recognize your own self, dhyana, the meditation is one of the unique method and means and device that helps you tremendously to recognize yourself at the same time to acknowledge your oneness with cosmic energy. And I myself, directly or indirectly, in the heart of my heart, I adore and admire and respect great yogi, our Shirdi Sai Baba. And I could tell you from my own experiences, no matter whether they are household or even the renunciated, the sannyasis, dhyana is the common method that helps to the householder as well as any spiritual seeker, whether he himself as living as householder practitioner or the mendicant means that a sannyasi. So this is the kind of, there are various kind of dhyana. I would adapt the method of Tibetan yogis and especially one of the method of Lord Buddha that is known as Vipassana. I myself has experienced unique divine energy through this practice of a Vipassana. Unless until a seeker is very advanced that he could feel the presence of Shirdi Sai, the presence so clearly, distinctly, then that depends at the rate of the purity and intensity, immensity of his personal devotion for Shirdi Sai Baba. Or for those who are very advanced in their spiritual practice, undoubtedly, in that case, there will be no need of any person in between. They can communicate their feelings and even that any kind of obstacles or hindrances that comes in the way, so they can directly communicate to their feelings to the Baba himself. And Baba has his own innumerable method and means to dispel those obstacles for those spiritual seekers. And otherwise, I personally would advise that such people, they should accept someone as their living master, provided that master has got kind of respect, regards and sense of adoration for such great personality like Sai Baba. So, to begin with, when we introduce the method that the place in our physical, the appearance right from toe to head, the place for Guru, no matter whether Guru is with his flesh and bone or he is without body, that he has left his body. So that in our physical existence, we call it the commanding sources and force is there we call in our Sanskrit terminology called Ajna Chakra. That is in the center of eyebrows. That is the place where any spiritual practice we start with we invite and adore and admire and respect to invite that master into the center of eyebrows, and we are supposed to concentrate on that feet of master as our traditional the sloka it says, Dhyana Moolam Gurur Murtihi. Before you go to start your meditation, then we invite the most benevolent form of Baba or any master that you adore and admire, you have the personal kind of affinity. So in that case, that once you invite, you as a beginner or you as a just practitioner, just invite the master in the center of your eyebrows and meditate on him and put your head mentally at his feet and seek his blessings, and you will feel that the moment you will invite the form of that of your master, no matter whether that master is living or he is without his body. So that feeling of your heart will definitely serve the purpose of like an antenna, divine antenna that will invite that your guru to whom we adore and admire. And that guru, that power will definitely help you to give you that kind of the feeling, whether you are on the proper track or out of the track, whether you that the seeker itself could feel it, and for that matter your heart is the instrument, and then the heart develops a kind of external antenna. You could visualize that guru is sitting right in front of you, and the presence, once a seeker feels the presence of his master, then that proximity and that intimacy will definitely give you the kind of insight and the power to decide whether you are progressing, you are really feeling the vibration of that of your master or not. And that you yourself become the judge. Ki you are under the benign umbrella of the Baba, and Baba is there to guide you. So don't feel that you are alone. The very thought and very feeling, the thought of your head and feeling of your heart, it will be the purpose of your personal experience, and you could feel that Baba is very much there to guide you. Because like we invite any name of God or Guru, or like maybe it is in the form of Rama or Shiva or the Baba, we call, universally we call him Baba. So Baba, I knew the aspect of visible and invisible. In visible we could see the form, and when you are in a very advanced stage, even you are a beginner, if your feeling is very pure, you could feel his reflection. You could feel Baba is there right in front of you. So it is the intensity and purity of that of your feeling will help you to feel Baba is very much there and you are at his feet. So this kind of doubts will be dispersed. Whether that you are under the benign of Baba or not. But it is very much, and he has given this kind of assurance, as we call in the Baba's teachings, Saburi and Shraddha. That Shraddha is the unflinching faith, a sense of adoration and admiration. Saburi, it is a patience. That if you have to keep on practicing with that patience and with that reverence, then definitely the more you will intensify, and that will help you tremendously to feel his physical presence, that he is very much there to guide you. Then this kind of doubt, whether you are a beginner or advanced, that it will be dispersed. There are certain methods, there are postures, we call it in yoga. The first posture our scriptures prescribes, that is lotus. Lotus, we call in Sanskrit Padmasana, and second one called Siddhasana, and third one we call Sukhasana. So for general public, it is not that easy to sit on the lotus posture, that is called Padmasana, and so is second one is also not that easy and simple, that is called Siddhasana. But Sukhasana, as it is being named, Sukhasana means it is easily accessible of all kind of people. All kind of people, even your body might be so stiff and hard, so you can, like right the moment I am sitting in Sukhasana, it is very accessible in Sukhasana. It is not that tough, it is not that hard. And so Sukhasana is a posture, you sit and preferably you keep your spinal column straight and well erected, and then you have to watchfully and mindfully we have to breathe, because that is called pranic energy. That is, once you start breathing mindfully, that technique itself, it will help you tremendously to arrest your mind to go here and there. So once you are sitting well erected, keeping your spinal column straight, and after inviting that of your guru into the center of your eyebrows, and mentally you touch the feet of that of a master and seek a blessings of that of a master, and then starts practicing the breath going out and breath coming in. And because that is the pranic energy that makes you sustain your body as living being. So once you actually focus your eyes on the pranic energy, so gradually you will see the pressure of your thoughts will be minimized, and then you could be able to breathe as harmonically, as harmoniously. It will create a kind of divine harmony in your heart, because you are concentrating on the breath going out and breath coming in. As a beginner, just fix your eyes on the tip of nose, because that is the door through which the pranic energy keeps going and keeps coming. Once you fix your eyes on that, then gradually, as we have with the 5 sense organs, that is starting from ear, then eyes, and then nose, and then tongue, and then skin. So we have to start our spiritual journey in the front of that our master. You know that you have well seated the form of the Baba there in the center of your eyebrows, and touch his feet, and then you are practicing under his benign umbrella. Have that kind of faith and trust. Baba is there to guide you through and through. With that feeling, once you keep watching your breath, then this mind which is running, always in habit of running very fast, so it starts, it becoming quiet. And once it becomes quiet, you could, for the first time, you could hear the sound of your pranic energy. That is the first thing. If you have that, intensify the feeling that Guru is there and you are sitting at the holy feet of that master, then you will feel your oneness with your pranic energy. And then you will start some divine music. That divine music, it will really like a divine elevator, it will really elevate you from body. Once you start hearing of that divine sound, that is called Nad, Nad, the divine sound. And our spiritual journey starts from hearing the divine sound of the pranic energy. Then you would be able to see that, because the divine bhava keeps changing the color of your aura. Once you are in a state of body and mind to hear that divine sound, then thereafter chapter starts to see the color of that of your pranic energy, with the Guru's kripa. And then, like, we use some perfumes, So once you start from hearing and then seeing and then smelling of the divine fragrances, then all these undesirable ill elements, they starts going from your body. Then it starts emitting a kind of divine aura and divine fragrances. So you could feel that these fragrances are not coming from external things, it is coming from within. So this is how you will start your practice of meditation, first hearing and then seeing through eyes, and then smelling through your nose, and then you have to experience divine by touching. That is this kind of spiritual practices you start experiencing one after another, but the starting point from the sound. That is, so this is how gradually, the more you, in that case, the place and time should be fixed, preferably for any spiritual practitioner, that because then that time and that place will help you to assimilate that divine energy with your body and mind. So first your body and mind should be so sensitive and so receptive so that you could feel the aura or the specially as you call Shabda Brahma, that you will be able to hear that sound. And then once you hear, there will be really a kind of divine feeling. You will be eager to hear more and more, and you can't discontinue. And once you stop it, then you will feel restless, because that divine taste, once you start experiencing, that's as Mira says, कि जन्म जन्म से सोया मनुआ सदगुरु शब्द से जागा, that Shabda Brahma starts experiencing yourself, then that serves the purpose of like divine magnet. The magnet, it pulls you. You have to leave everything aside and sit and enjoying that sound. For this kind of spiritual practice, we should maintain the purity of our food habits. That there are kind of foods, it actually makes you, what you call stimulated with heat, So that is not healthy. We have to take input some kind of food that should be neither that hot nor that cold, actually, so that we will maintain the physical health, actually, So definitely temperamentally, to begin with as a beginner, so we must maintain the food purity, actually, the kind of food that we, as they say, let me know your diet and association. It is very easy to recognize who are you and what are you, not by birth nor by religion. Person can maintain his own sanctity by habit of food, eating and drinking. That maintains the physical purity. In order to progress in spirituality, you have to maintain the physical purity too. So for that matter, we should give the priority for our eating habits. So we call it sattvic food. That is very essential. The thing like people they keep asking, that thing like onion and garlic and chili, these are heat stimulating foods, actually. And otherwise, that as onion and garlic, that has got tremendous medicinal value. But if you take eating as regular food habits, so that will actually pull you back in spiritual progress, actually. So sometime you can use and take them as a medicine, but not as a regular food. So it is the duty of a spiritual practitioner, a beginner, that we should maintain the vertical food purity, and the diet should be pure. So, but that is how we make our mind, and so this is the one of the reason for which to time factor, you should whatever you eat, fix it a time. This is the time of eating, actually, and so is the sleeping, and to get up. I could quote of Bhagavan Ramakrishna, how to actually maintain this sanctity and piety and to maintain the practice. He says that first we should start meditating from the corner of our home. Kone, and then bane, then mane. These are the three words that he start your meditation from the corner of your home. Decide and choose the corner of the home. Nobody will look at you, or not, you don't be disturbed by others. So Kone, start from the corner of your sweet home, and then sometime intermittently, whenever time permits you, it is better to be on the top of the hill or some of the shore of the sea or in jungle. These are the places. It helps you tremendously. Our great masters of the ancient era, they had been telling us, if you have really have that kind of desire to feel your oneness with God, so sometime it is good to be just to be close to that open sky. You could see the beauty of the nature. Similarly, sit on the bank of the river. That is the reason for which all great masters, they have preferred to sit. That is how you can develop that state of witness and being detach yourself. Like passing in the river, water is passing through day in and day out, but nothing sticks to the bank. If actually that is called Atmic love, we should start our journey from the body and body to mind and mind to soul. And we can compare our most inspiring flower in our Indian culture called lotus. Lotus is coming out of the mud and passing through the water and playing in the air. So body can be compared like with mud, and mind can be compared with like water, and soul of you be compared with like blossoming, blooming, fragrant lotus. To start with, we should really, if you are in touch with living spiritual master, very humbly and politely and subtly, we should serve him, and it is that helps you tremendously, because once you feel your oneness with that of a master and you render your services with respect and regards, so you will be in a position to assimilate the teachings of the master more quickly. If you approach your master with that kind of devotion and bhava, that definitely it gives you a kind of power to receive more. That makes you more receptive and more what you call the inspiring. So that is how our great masters, they had been telling that in order to practice your spiritual practice, then be more close to your living spiritual master. That definitely, the very touch and very thought and very presence, it actually creates the spirit to imbibe the teaching of your master. The more close you are, more you could feel the actual divine presence of that master, and that will help you to rise you from the body to mind and mind to soul. That I have seen, that I have felt myself. A couple of times I had gone, I have never gone there alone, but I had always gone to take a group of devotees to inspire them, to help them. And I have seen that it is so obvious that I could feel that Baba was pulling us like a magnet actually. And it was so crowded, and there was long queue of the devotee. They were waiting, say about a kilometer distance they are waiting. And it was, I could say, it was really untold mercy of Baba. And he could pull me just like a big magnet, and I could manage to go to penetrate that long queue. So he gave me a kind of gesture of mercy that I was not supposed to wait for a while. And in the midst of that vertical long queue of devotees, I was with grace and love, that I was called to the very close to that statue. And then priest of that, the Baba, he took the garland of his neck and he put on my neck, and all the devotees, they were in tears of gratitude. There was no, and I was feeling ashamed and feel shy and guilty. How come that Baba could brought me on, almost I could feel I am at the feet of him actually. And I was feeling guilty because those people, they were waiting since long on the long queue, and I was brought right in front of him, He pulls everybody to his feet and gives and fulfills their worldly and godly desires and grants them, make them happy. So he is the source of, definitely the great source of happiness and inspiration for millions. That is what I feel all about Baba. So I can sing His glory, and with these words, Baba, I adore and admire and worship Him with all of my heart. So I could sing this. मेरी बिनती सुनो हे राम, मेरी बिनती सुनो हे राम. So for me, as people of His devotee, they call Sai and they eat as Ram. So for me, He is my Ram. So I address Him as Ram because all the name belongs to Him. So I pour out my heart with these prayers. मेरी बिनती सुनो हे राम, दे दो अपनी दया का दान, दे दो अपनी दया का दान. मेरी बिनती सुनो हे राम. तुम न सुनोगे तो कौन सुनेगा, पथ के कांटे कौन चुनेगा. कहाँ कहाँ मैं भटक रहा हूँ, लेके तुम्हारा नाम. मेरी बिनती सुनो हे राम, दे दो अपनी दया का दान. मेरी बिनती सुनो हे राम. राम ही तन में, राम नयन में, राम ही मेरे मन दर्पण में, राम ही मेरे मन दर्पण में. रोम रोम में साईं बसे हैं, रोम रोम में साईं बसे हैं. जड़ चेतन मेरा, मेरी बिनती सुनो हे राम. रोम रोम में साईं बसे हैं, जड़ चेतन मेरा. मेरी बिनती सुनो हे राम. डोल रही मझधार में नैया, डोल रही मझधार में नैया. तुम बिनु प्रभु जी कौन खेवैया, तुम बिनु प्रभु जी कौन खेवैया. डूब न जाए बीच भंवर में, डूब न जाए बीच भंवर में. श्री राम कहीं तेरा नाम, श्री साईं तेरा है नाम. मेरी बिनती सुनो हे राम, दे दो अपनी दया का दान. मेरी बिनती सुनो हे राम. With these words I conclude, and I invite the people from the entire mankind to fall in love with Baba and try to experience His holy presence in the heart of you all. And I conclude, Om Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.